Like, I need to shut my eyes too. Oh yeah, we both have our Iron Man mugs. No, we are not watching the Avengers tonight. Hey guys, welcome back to Life as a Law Student. I'm Nicole, this is my friend Amanda, who's also a law student, and my first non-familial guest on this channel, so thanks so much for coming. This is actually the first episode of what I'm hoping will be a recurring series where I bring other law students along to basically...
I'm not gonna start all your videos.
I mean, you totally can. But this is gonna be a series called Law Students Ruin Everything, and today's episode is going to be us reacting to The Princess Bride, one of my favorite movies of all time. And Amanda has never seen this movie. So, what better way to do it? This is basically exam practice. That's how I'm justifying spending 2 hours on this.
Let's do it.
Can't you tell me I'm sick?
You're sick. That's why he's here.
He'll pinch my cheek. I hate that.
Maybe he won't.
Hey, Howard, when Buttercup got the news that Wesley was murdered.
Murdered by pirates is good.
What do you know about murder?
That it requires is a specific intent crime.
Dang.
That's all I know so far. Did you learn the elements of murder already?
I don't know about the elements, but we've learned about the different degrees and how they're all different. Like, first degree is, well, I'm gonna totally screw this up for the whole internet to see. But premeditation basically is first degree. Unless you're in New York, then it's premeditation, but you killed a police officer or something, and then everything else is second degree.
Oh.
But then there's the levels of first degree, second degree, and then manslaughter, which is involuntary or voluntary. But then within second degree, and probably within manslaughter, but we haven't gotten there yet, there's 4 different types.
There's stuff in the Constitution about acts of piracy.
Tells you how closely I did that first assignment of reading the Constitution.
That's all I got. Do you even do your reading?
I mean,
No.
debatable.
No. Scout skinny, my friends. Okay, sorry.
We are but poor lost circus performers. Is there a village nearby?
There is nothing nearby. Not for miles.
Maybe don't say that.
Then there will be no one to hear you scream.
Oh no, it's an assault! I mean, that's a battery. Wait, yeah, so that was a battery, right? Because that was a harmful offensive contact.
Oh,
That
nothing
resulted.
else.
It was intent, okay, let me
Intent to touch, right? Not even necessarily intent to harm.
It's an intentional touching that results in a
Actual
harmful or offensive bodily contact.
That one.
It's something like that.
But there's also kidnapping involved, which I feel is probably a crime.
False imprisonment?
False imprisonment. Is that a tort?
That's a tort, yeah. But kidnapping is probably a crime. I haven't learned that crime
Promise.
yet. Yeah, it definitely is, but it's not what I'm talking about, so.
We can't tell you about it.
Can't, yeah.
But it's for sure illegal. Don't do that.
Unless there's no one around tearing the person's group for miles and miles, and then maybe you can think about it.
Alright then.
The six-fingered man appeared and requested a special sword. My father took the job. He slept a year before he was done. Six-fingered man returned and demanded it, but at 1/10 his promised price. My father refused. Without a word, the six-fingered man slashed him through the heart. I love my father, so naturally I challenged his murderer to a duel. I will go up to the six-fingered man and say, "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die."
I know that line.
Yeah.
I thought it was the guy in the mask that said it, though.
See, these are things you miss out when you don't watch Princess Bride your whole life.
You know what's in the movie.
Alright, I feel like we got a doozy. We got a contracts thing going on, and more murder, battery to a minor. Got a whole lot.
The story that he told.
Yeah, that the thing we just watched.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like, where's the contract? I don't understand. Oh yeah, because he came back and he demanded at 1/10 the price. That is called economic duress. Right?
Sure. So that's good to me.
Well, it's definitely duress.
Right. So there's like, well, it's duress if like he knew he was gonna kill him after, right?
Yeah, well, it's basically like trying to take. It's an improper. Okay, let me see if I can remember this. There's two elements: an improper threat,
Great.
and a resulting imbalance, or an imbalance in the resulting bargain.
But yeah, so like there was obviously like the offer to make the sword, acceptance of like on the offer to, what would it be? Offer to make the sword for the exchange of whatever the
Money that
yeah
originally.
price, and then when you come back and demand it for less, is that like the whole? Well,
Opportunistic renegotiation.
that sounds way fancier than what I was gonna say.
It's a
so let's go
well,
with
that's a
that.
subset of economic duress. It's like the
Oh,
Alaska
you
Packers.
talked a lot more about economic duress than we did.
It's like the Alaska Packers case. You remember?
No.
The fisherman. You didn't read that case?
I'm not saying we didn't read it. I just don't remember.
I don't remember it. There's like a case where a bunch of fishermen go up to Alaska, and once they're like in this remote location, they like demand getting paid more.
I think we talked about that in torts.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't remember why. And then I feel like fighting a kid is probably not exactly legal.
It's like statutory bullying.
How are you?
No one of consequence.
I must.
Get used to disappointment.
That's the phrase for law school right
I will soon destroy stained glass windows and artists like yourself. However, since I can't have you following me either,
I feel like they kind of
please understand I
self-defense.
hold you in the highest respect.
Was he in imminent danger? Maybe. He like almost pushed him off the cliff.
Who the sword? Wait.
They both did.
Inigo Montoya. Yeah. But at that point, he had him on his knees. He was disarmed, and then he made an aggressive move. I feel like that's. I don't think he's gonna win a self-defense.
I feel like if you get pulled up onto a cliff and the guy's like, I'm here to kill you, you're justified in knocking him out so he doesn't follow you with a sword.
Fair.
That's where I'm at.
We're both masters.
Who won? How did it end?
The loser ran off alone.
I feel like this is not how crime scene investigation works.
Could this be a trap?
I always think everything could be a trap.
I just feel like law school is the trap because they're like, law school's cool. It'll be fun.
I don't think anyone ever told me it'd be fun.
Yeah, or just, I don't know. They're just like, oh, you have all these opportunities. Come, like,
Make money.
take on
Be
debt.
successful.
You know, whatever. And then you go and you're like, wow, why have I done this thing? This is a terrible idea. Don't go to law school.
Let me explain.
There's nothing to explain. You're trying to kidnap what I've rightfully stolen.
Perhaps
Wait a second, that's a property thing that I know that you haven't learned yet.
I don't know.
I mean, this doesn't really apply to people, but just like going off the thing that he said of like you're trying to steal what I've rightfully stolen, or
You're trying to kidnap what I rightfully stolen. But yes.
anyway, for like property stuff, it's like an actual thing. If you take something knowing it's not yours, i.e., a person, you have like no right to it. But like if you find something like say like out in the middle of like a nature preserve or something, like you find like a wedding ring, you have rights to that ring against anybody but the true owner who lost it.
I did. I just learned this last
You
week.
did?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like the
Binders.
the
Law
finder's
finders.
rule.
Yeah.
So in this situation, because he didn't have any right to take a person, he doesn't actually have a right to like keep that person from somebody else trying to take her. Really, like there's no rights at all except
But the point is, if she were a wedding ring
if she were ready. Well, he still wouldn't though,
on a nature preserve,
but lost on one.
then he would have a right against all but the true owner. But the question is, if that's her, well, I guess men don't own women. That's
Basically-
but if that's her suitor, would he be considered the true owner?
The idea is like if she were a wedding ring, Guy in Mask would never have any rights to her. Guy pointing the dagger at her throat only would have rights to her if he like found her and didn't know who she belonged to, and there was like no indication of like who had lost her. I feel like saying lost her is weird. lost it, the hypothetical wedding ring.
But women are property.
That is very true.
I feel like I need to learn this material, so this was very helpful for me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Exam. Studying. That's what this is.
Arrangement? In that case, I challenge you to a battle of wits.
For the princess? To the death? I accept.
Good. Then pour the wine.
Contract. Are you allowed to contract with your own life? And the other
But
person
she's
not
the-
be like guilty?
You mean like that she's the bargaining?
No. Like them. If they're bargaining with their own lives. Is it like murder? If you're like, alright, this is fine.
Now, a clever man would put the poison into his own goblet, because he would know that only a great fool would reach for what he was given. I'm not a great fool, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of you. But you must have known I was not a great fool. You would have counted on it, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me.
This is like every judge opinion ever. Right?
That's true, actually, yeah.
It's like, let's just reason out of all of the options. But eventually you gotta like pick something.
Let's say in 20 sentences what we could have said in one.
Never go in against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
He killed him! I'm changing my opinion. This is not like a judge writing opinion. This is like me writing a law school essay.
Like nonsensical.
Just back and forth, I can't decide, I made a conclusion, and now I'm dead.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, real question, is this murder?
That's what I was asking before, is like, does it, they kind of like assented to it. Can you assent to somebody killing you? I guess so. I have no idea.
I think
I feel like I need to research
I think
this.
he chose it, so.
That's what I'm saying, is like you bargained with your life, knowing there's a 50-50 chance you're gonna lose.
It's like playing Russian roulette or something.
Yeah, that'd be actually a good, I wonder if that's, if like other people are liable if somebody dies during Russian roulette. That'd be, I'm gonna look this up after this
Research
video.
project. That's what's fun about the law, learning new things all the time.
I know, I'm like really interested.
Well, let's see. She tried to push the gun away, so that doesn't really apply here. Let's check out this other one. Classic examples of second-degree murder include shooting a gun into a room that the defendant knows to be occupied, a game of Russian roulette, and driving a car at very high speeds along a crowded main street. So it's kind of being considered as recklessness and not something that's premeditated. Let's do another just general search here. Consensual homicide. Victims can be held to consent to assault and battery, like in physical contact sports. There has to be 3 requirements. Cannot consent to circumstances that involve... Okay, so you can't consent to being murdered. I think that would count as serious bodily injury. Also, it probably could make an argument it's not ever reasonable to accept being killed, and the individual wouldn't receive any benefit from dying, so that's not going to work either. Well, there you go.
Oh, what is that? Ew! That's like my nightmare. There's so many gross animals in this movie.
That's the only animal in this movie.
No, there was the eels.
Oh, that's right.
I'm telling you, you're messing up the story. Now get it right.
Do you want me to go on with this?
Someone's very invested in it.
All right. No more
It's
interruptions.
like law professors.
At noon, she
They're
met
like,
her subjects again.
Oh, you
This
didn't
time
have,
as
wait a
they
second.
plead.
You didn't have my contracts professor. Get it right.
Did she say that to you guys?
No, it was basically the mature version of that. Like, she has a train whistle, like the sound of a train whistle that she'll play on her computer. If you like don't get the answer right, and she goes, "Get on the train."
She's epic. I wish I would have had her.
She was a great, this is not me saying she's a bad professor. She was really good actually at teaching, but it was the worst getting called on in that class. And in her class, this isn't the case for every law school class, but in hers, we knew which days we would be on panel for the most part. We knew which days would get cold called. And
People
so,
still didn't know the answer.
yeah.
I feel like that.
But to be fair, sometimes she asked really hard questions, or she would ask them in like kind of a weird way, like trying to hint at what she wanted, but it just kind of like
wasn't clear to
confused
everybody
you
else.
more.
Yeah. I had
Yeah,
answers like
we
that.
definitely like, did not judge each other when you got something wrong, but you felt so bad when she played the train noise. It was like, oh no.
At least she told people when she was wrong. My Belgian contracts professor again would go, yeah, to like every answer.
Right or wrong.
Just did not matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I know anything about contracts? No,
It's okay.
I don't.
We don't need to know anything that we learned last semester. It's fine.
It's gone. It's like already gone.
Well, I want to do criminal law, so I really just have to pay attention this semester. That's how that works, right?
Yeah, it's just like you only have to
Just
know
know the one
the
thing.
one subject. But yeah,
That's not true. In case you guys weren't sure, I'm
because
being sarcastic.
there's this test called the BARD.
We have to know
Where you
every
like
thing.
actually.
Another fantastic investigation technique.
Right. So that's how I got law school.
What you got here that's worth living for?
Imagine if that's how easy it was to like solve murders and stuff.
You
Just like pump some air in there and be like, hey, who killed you?
cheese fries. That would be what my
Cheese
reason.
fries
That's
killed
my, no, that's my reason for living.
Probably also what kills you.
There's a lot of contracts, I feel like, in this movie. All oral contracts, I might add.
True. They're still enforceable though.
Just
A little harder to prove.
Not under the UCC. Well, sometimes under the UCC.
This isn't like a good though.
That's true. This is a
It's
service.
life. I don't think life is a good.
It's a service, I would say, because it's the service of revival, and it's less than a year, so statute for us does not apply.
Wow.
The oral contract is valid. Boom.
Where do we put that wheelbarrow the albino head?
Over the albino one, eh?
Why did you list that among our assets in the first?
Hello! My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die!
I feel like every person just needs like a battle cry like that.
Grades don't matter.
One day it'll all be over. The difficulty is that like maybe not for like what we want to do, but for a lot of people, like their grades will affect what they're doing 10 years from now. Even though no one will care, like it'll have put them on a different trajectory one way versus the other, you know what I mean?
But it did. I was there. This old man said man and wife.
Did you say I do?
Oh, no. So skip that part.
Then you're not married.
No
You didn't
acceptance.
say it.
The end.
That's it?
That's the end?
That's the end!
Oh, that was so good.
You like it?
I really like it. I just feel like it's like a good combination of like a little bit of romance, a little bit of adventure, a little bit of funny, a little bit of bad sound effects.
Bad sound effects.
Or
Sound effects are great. I've probably seen this movie like well into 20 to 30 times. That's probably not like over exaggerating.
Now I know what people are talking about when they're like, I'm Inigo Montoya.
Yeah.
You killed my father.
Well, that
Prepare to die.
plus like the marriage like thing is big.
Yeah, that's a
People
big
quote
one.
that a lot. People say inconceivable a lot.
It's quotable.
It's very quotable.
And there are a lot of legal causes of action. We learned that. That was probably the first time you thought about that when you watched it.
Probably was.
I'm glad we got to do it though. It was good.
We ruined it for ourselves. But it's just temporarily. See, now you can watch it again next time, and it'll be even better because you won't have to do that.
That would be like pure joy. 2 thumbs way up.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. If you guys liked the movie and our reactions, you can't give us 2 thumbs up, but you can give me 1 thumbs up and drop in the comments below if you like Princess Bride and what movie you'd like to see me and a friend, maybe Amanda, ruin next. But thanks so much for watching today. Have a great week. Until next time, and God bless.